Hello, my lash love. Do you want to know the 12 biggest lessons from lashing in 12 years? In this video, I will teach you what I learned in the crucial information to implement into your lash business. Let's go. The first thing is first, and you will learn that very quickly at the beginning of your lash career to get this section done first. The inner corners are my favorite lashes to do. They make or break your set. Every single one of my inner corners goes down to 7 millimeters. Even if it says 9 in that section. The maximum I will ever do on an inner corner is 8 millimeters. Stick with the shorties, as short as you can get your hands on, such as 5 millimeters, 6 millimeters, 7 millimeters. My favorite way to do it is to put 2 5 millimeters next to each other, then 2 6 millimeters, then 2 7 millimeters, and the rest of the section 8. It comes out flattering every single time. When it comes to curls, please never use the D curl. It is way too tight of a curl and it will be irritating on the inner corner of the eye with the nose. Stick to the lesser curls and lesser lengths. The second lesson is how much the natural lash can hold. The rule of lashing, with the health of the natural lash being your main concern, is that you only go 2 millimeters longer than the natural client's lashes. This rule is still in effect. Although, it depends on the strength of the health of their natural lashes already. Currently, there are many possible shorties that can hold quite a bit of length, like 8 millimeters being able to hold 13. No kidding. Some long lashes are weak and unable to hold under pressure of a long eyelash. That comes with the extension, so stick with the same length or go shorter. It is all completely subjective. It will take 3 to 4 appointments to be able to lash and style your clients correctly and cater it specifically for them alone. Test out a little bit different every single appointment. If she has short lashes and wants longer lashes, test it out. Take it 1 millimeter at a time at each appointment, and as soon as you start to notice a difference with the growth pattern, that they're twisting or turning or throwing gang signs after the appointment, then you have found your sweet spot. Go back down, and that is where you should stay. Over time, you will be able to read a set of natural lashes and what they can hold. Just like a symphony player can read music notes with ease and grace, you will be able to be more confident in your lashing. The third lesson is to stand by your style. Your clients choose you as much as you choose them, and vice versa, versus vice. There are many different types of styles and lashes on the market, which I'm glad for. Similar to hairstylists, where they can specialize in a specific type of work and look, you have the creativity and power to do just the same. We have classics, we have mix and hybrid, we have volume, and we have Russian mega and American mega. I am personally a Russian style artist, but offer all the variations except for American mega. As you, of the artist, have the decision to expertise in one style or multiple of them. That's up to you. Which one do you care for most, or do you want to have that variety? And if a client does not fit into your styling, there are many other artists on the market that can fit her lash look preferences, and that's okay. And there are so many more clients waiting and looking for someone like you who has their exact styling techniques to come along. So don't give up, be patient. Your clients will come that are fit your style. The fourth lesson is to use pure adhesive. Once upon a time, there was a lash adhesive that you were not allowed to wash your lashes for 24 to 48 hours. Yep, up to 2 days, to 3 days. Or to take a shower, or be around humidity, or sweat, or anything at all. This is strange since the main ingredient needs humidity to be able to cure. But alas, this is true, and that is where we got the origin of the myth of not getting them wet for 24 hours. This is no longer in effect. It's a myth, because our very fast lash innovation for adhesives is amazing. Thank you to the modern world of lashing for providing us with a pure adhesive as possible. When someone asks how I attach an extension or attach a lash, I'm not braiding it, I'm not weaving it. I say that I use a medical grade adhesive, one that they use in the hospitals to close wounds. The adhesive that we currently use is a copycat of the adhesive that they use during surgeries to close up sutures on the inside. It is a very strong adhesive that will last until the natural lash sheds. When I'm looking for an adhesive, I want to have 3 ingredients or less, max. I generally prefer a clear adhesive, which only contains ethyl cyanacrylate, which is the sticky part, and PMMA, which is polymethyl methacrylate. It gives it the flexibility to move with the hair when you brush it, when you move, when you blink, in the wind, whatever. If I was to choose a black adhesive, the only ingredients I want it to have is the ethyl cyanacrylate, the PMMA, and black carbon. Most people, when they have irritations and allergies, is because of the black carbon. So if you're a purist lasher like me, then clear is the way to go. My favorite brands to work with is EBL Lashes, Lovely Lash US, and I am currently using the one from Lash Pro Miami. The 5th lesson is taking lash classes. Lash classes! Could you believe it? They come in all shapes and sizes. But after taking 18 classes to date and soon 19, which each one has taught me very important lessons. Everyone has their specific techniques that you can learn, and every single lash artist you'll be able to get something from. Of course, first you're going to take the classic course, which will teach you the basics that you need to know. Don't go straight to volume. Then you will take the volume course after that, and that'll lead to many other courses of advanced techniques. You can learn anything, such as mega volume, Russian volume, wispy, whatever, you name it. But my first class was actually in beauty school, and it was one day. They provided us with a set of tweezers, a box of lashes, luckily in a tray and not just loose because that's how the majority of them were provided at the time, some adhesive, and a postcard. The postcard was all of our notes from the lash class, simply stated as isolate here, paint the extension with adhesive, and place onto the natural lash. That's it. The absolute basic of all education that you can ask for. I believe I ended up actually getting in trouble multiple times with points docked because I got clients too full by providing 100% coverage. It's all honestly hilarious to think about back on it because that's what they want now. At that time, there was no volume invented. It wasn't even heard of. I did not hear about volume for another 2 and 3 years after learning classics. And it was just by word of mouth that someone miraculously put 6 extensions onto 1 natural lash without any damage. I taught myself how to create the volume fans, and after a few months offering it to my clients, I took my first course. Although I no longer do that technique that I was doing at the time, it still got the ball rolling. I'm still learning. You gotta take that first steps. The biggest thing I have learned out of all of my courses is to never stop learning. Never stop. Every one of them is so valuable. Also, they are worth the price. Worth the price. Education is like buying shoes. The more expensive they are, the better they're gonna feel incorporating it into your life. The better the structure, the better the comfort that you'll feel afterwards. The next point that I will make is to continue learning and to go back to your foundations. Once you have learned the techniques that you want, go back and take a classic course again. When you are taking classes, it invigorates your inner artist and re-inspires the maven inside of you. There is an art quote that talks about how artists are similar to gods because we create something out of nothing. I find that truly inspiring every single day. We are little gods. We have that God power. Artists never stop learning. If you know anything about Van Gogh's story or Leonardo da Vinci's story, that was the whole point of their lives, and their mission is to keep on learning and trying new things. And hot damn, did they fail and get down a bit, but they kept getting up and trying something else, They had range. This is why industries have conferences. When you take a class of any sort during your career, it invigorates that drive inside of you to keep on going. I highly recommend taking a course no less than every 3 years to keep up with that drive and inspiration. Pretty please. For your sake, mine, and the industry's, because we do not want the lash industry to become the nail industry. We are luxury and need to treat it as such. The 6th lesson is lash curls and diameters. The 3 curls that I carry on hand is CC, D, and M. the perfect bralette, the push-up bra, and the eye opener. But first, let's talk about diameters. I'm so happy and grateful that long gone are the days of putting porcupine quills onto lashes. Literally, like that's what it felt like. Getting one of them stuck in your eye is the most painful thing and would cause so much damage to your sclera. Yeah, not recommended. They were overly heavy and way too thick, and that's why I call them porcupine quills. I'm talking about the 0.20 millimeter plus lashes. The amount of adhesive that you would have to use to get these babies to stay for the longevity of the growth cycle was immense and added even more weight onto the lash. I am grateful that I did not cause any major damages to my clients because of just what we had at the time. The max diameter that works well universally now is 0.15 millimeter. Now let's talk lash curls. They are so fun these days. J and B curl is where we started, which is a little to no curl. Some artists still use these, but they are not as common anymore as they were at the beginning. C curl was the way to all of your clients' hearts. Perfect curl. D curl was used for the big and dramatic lashes. And then the only time you would ever use L curl was if you were using a monolid or overfold eyes. We have since broken that trend, and I'll make a YouTube video here shortly on how to style those eyes correctly. Anywho, when CC curl was invented, it was like my whole lash world exploded into glitter. I was so happy. I transferred all my extensions over to CC curl because it gave that little extra oomph, and everyone wanted that dramaticness of a D curl without the look of the D. They wanted the D without the D, you know? But now we have the M curl, which I call the eye opener. It is the transformative for those deep set eyes that need to be woken up and brought back to life. The three curls I carry once again are CC, D, and M, but there are many others out there for your artistic taste. J and B, as mentioned previously, and then we have the U curl, which is even tighter than the D, similar to a DD. Then we have the L, L+, L-, M. Each company has the same lash diameters, but not curls. Every company that you buy from will have different grading scale for how tight their curl is. If you buy a CC curl from one company, it may be different compared to another company. So once you've started your lash line inventory, be mindful of where you're buying your lashes from. As far as diameters go, I use all the way from 0.05 up to 0.15. All of the in between, every day. The 7th lesson is taking breaks. Oh my gosh. You know how you feel after you have 8 clients back to back to back to back to back? Yeah, that's not a good feeling, right? Yeah, that's not okay. You should not be feeling that way every single day. And it is the direct road right to burnout and possibly the end of your career in one way or another. Recently, I started taking 15-minute breaks in my scheduled, pre-planned in between each one of my clients. This allows me to grab some water, grab a snack, reground a little bit, stretch my legs, go to the bathroom, and if I wanted to, I could also meditate a little bit or do a mini workout. After those busy days, I am taking fewer clients, yes, but I feel a million times better, and I still have energy to have my after work personal life. I highly recommend doing this. Even if it's 10 minutes in between your appointments, it makes such a vital difference in my overall feeling of work and being able to just have a personal life. I did just come back from a 3-year personal hiatus, and I am avoiding at all costs to go back again. And if that means to take 1 or 2 fewer clients a day, then so be it. Because I plan on being this my job for the rest of my life. Or career life, you know. The 8th lesson is tape. Tape, 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 tape. I will try to put all of the pictures up of what we've been working with up to this point, but currently the biggest thing right now that I use as far as the tape goes is the microfoam tape. And that is good for everything from underneath the eyes for the bottom lashes, and also maneuvering the eyelid to lift up and out to place it so you can get that good extension placement onto the bases. Or it also helps to hold down the eye like a wonton to keep their eyes shut and stable. I have started from the beginning of lashing using very clear, sticky healthcare tape, and it was all of the battle. It like waxed the bottom lashes. It was terrible. Gel pads make it feel a million times better. So when they came out, it was game changing. Then we have the white paper tape, which the lashes stuck to so much and it was uncomfortable to brush through your lash brush from. Then we migrated to the blue tape, which is a great tape, but sometimes it can be a little too strong if you did not season it beforehand on the back of your hand. Then that led me to just stick to my microfoam tape. It worked for everybody, which is amazing for working with sensitive eyes and currently overall my taping needs. Why do I need multiple? I do currently still use the paper tape though, just to put my adhesive on to keep it in a dome shape for optimal adhesive usage, but that's later. Under the eyes, it is absolutely amazing, but currently I use 2 gel pads to contour the whole entire eye to hold the bottom lashes down instead of using my tape. But if you have troubles with the gel pads, then you go back to tape. Just the way I've been doing it lately. We try different things. The 9th lesson is to work where you wanna. Right outside of lash school or beauty school, you have options. You have the option to go to a salon, rent your own place, open up your own salon. Be picky about where you work. This is your career and your job. And we are talking about where you're gonna spend a good half of your life, if more, if less, whatever. You wanna be particular about it. I've had experience in all 3 of the places in my 12 years of career. I have owned salons, rented suites, worked in numerous of environments. Each one has its pros and cons, which I will go over more in depth because it has a whole video in and of itself. But for now, just think about what type of environment you work best in. Do you want to be able to control your schedule 100% and do your own decorating? Do you want to work in a great environment with other artists? Or do you want to expand even further and get a big enough space for others to come and work with you? Great artists are in all environments. Just because you don't own a salon or have your own space does not mean that you cannot be one of the greats. Please. The 10th lesson is placement and sizing are more important than the density and the coverage. I know I said it. And that's huge coming from an artist who strives to get 100% coverage during my lash appointments. But sometimes you are unable to do so, whether that depends on the amount of time blocked off for the amount of lashes you need to place, or the client's running late, or whatever the matter. It could be numerous things. When you are unable to get 100% full during the appointment, the placement and length of variety you choose makes the world of a difference of the look. Classic lashes are making a huge comeback and I'm loving it. And the biggest way we can get them to look fuller with still being clean is to place them in the perfect direction, or straight up, mixing a variety of different lengths throughout the lash line. Also, check out my last video to learn of my favorite shaping method of how to do specifically this. We are on to the 11th lesson, delegate. And this is my big one this year too. When it comes to delegating and being a small business owner, there are 2 main areas of focus I highly recommend that you focus on to get out of your books. And just because you can do something does not mean you should do it. I just gotta say that because that's my biggest lesson here. Your time is precious and should be used doing the things that we actually have the capacity to be doing. So the 2 areas I think that are most important to delegate and hire out for no matter the size of your business is 1, a social media manager, and 2, a CPA or bookkeeper. These 2 people are going to make your business ownership much more enjoyable. So if you're wanting to just elevate your business more to more capacity that just you can do, this will help immense. If you feel like it is time to start delegating, take inventory on what you despise the most. Then hop onto Upwork or Fiverr or Facebook, ask around your entrepreneurship community for any recommendations if someone does this work specifically, or a mutual friend does, or if anybody has any recommendations. The 12th lesson is timing. Timing. The biggest and the last. Oh, it's the biggest question of the market, literally. How can I get faster? Honey, how can I get faster? Faster. It all comes down to your time dedication. Usain Bolt did not get up one day and start doing a 5-minute mile right off the bat. Hell no. And neither did the greatest symphonies sound all together and on beat and harmonizing within 1 to 2 practices. Lashing is just like that. It is a non-invasive technical surgery. We are using very particular instruments at a small scale to do a beauty operation. It will take time for your body to get used to working in the way it needs to work. The biggest tip I can give you is to never go longer than 3 days without lashing. Any practice. I even find myself currently at this point that if I go longer than 3 days without lashing, it takes me a minute to get my speed groove back. I can do it, but it's just gonna be a little bit less. So the more often you practice, even if that's pre-making your fans on a mannequin, working on a mannequin, on a model at home, your kitchen table, it all counts and will make a huge difference. You will get out what you put in. The more you put into it of lashing, the more you'll get out of it and the faster you'll become. The reason why the grades are so fast and makes it look easy is because they're time dedication. Now, if you want to be a great, put that time dedication. Just like any other career in college. Do the homework, do the focus. It's not an easy industry. And there you have it. There are the 12 lessons I have learned about lashing in my past 12 years. This could be an endless list, but I'm gonna be short because I'm gonna keep the rest for my lash training. Be on the lookout for the online courses and workshop dates. They will be launching very soon. If you are a lash artist, please leave me in the comments the biggest lesson you have learned in your career. I look forward to seeing you again when you like, share, and subscribe to get out of your drama and into your dreams and make your career crystal clear. Because love, you're human, and congratulations for that, because I'd rather be working with you. See you soon, babe.